NFL player props here on PrizePicks for Thursday Night Football. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the New York Jets here. Not a super exciting matchup just on paper here between these two teams. But there are two player props here that I do like. Again, before I get started, there's a link in the description below to sign up for PrizePicks, or you can use promo code TUFF to sign up. PrizePicks will match 100% of your first deposit. There's also a Discord link in the description where the main server is currently completely free. We do also have the Patreon link as well, where I do post all the plays here that I am making on PrizePicks for each given sport that I do play. But yeah, let's not waste any time, you guys. Let's just get right into it. So the first one that I like here is going to be an NFL first half prop, and we're going to go with Zach Wilson over 95.5 pass yards here. Now, pretty interesting here. We're taking a Zach Wilson player prop in week 16 of the NFL season. But 95.5 passing yards just seems too low for an NFL quarterback that is facing a pretty, porous, I guess you could say, Jacksonville pass defense. So Zach Wilson's most recent start, which was his first start in about a month, he threw 185 pass yards in that first half. The Jets do have a pretty full and healthy offense as far as weapons go with Corey Davis, Garrett Wilson, Tyler Conklin, Elijah Moore. But quickly, taking a look at this, I mean, the weather's not supposed to be too bad. It's looking like it's going to be clear skies as of right now, 34 degrees, obviously cold in New York. 37 over under, and the Jets are only 1.5 point home favorites here. Both these teams obviously vying for a playoff spot, so this is going to be a very interesting matchup for that. But coming back to this, the Jaguars, right, if we take a look at the full season to quarterbacks, right, yards per attempt, the Jaguars are right here, 25th lowest, or 20, I guess, what is this, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8th highest yards per attempt to quarterbacks over the full season. If we cut this to last 4 weeks, the Jaguars are up here 5th most yards per attempt, 7.83 yards per attempt to quarterbacks, and then also giving up the 5th most total pass yards to quarterbacks over the last 4 weeks. So I think Zach Wilson is in a spot here where he's going to be able to throw the ball. He should be able to throw the ball. I mean, 95.5 passing yards is very low for a quarterback in one full half. If he gets 5-6 drives in this game, I don't see a reason why he can't hit the over on this. I mean, if we take a look at his full game, right, we take a look, I mean, he's had some tough matchups as far as, if you take a look at this, right, New England, tough matchup. Buffalo, obviously a tough matchup. And Denver, a tough matchup. If we take a look at his game log for the season, I mean, he has 2 games over 300 pass yards, 252, 210 here against Miami. But, I mean, New England's always tough. At Green Bay, tough pass defense. Denver, obviously, an extremely tough pass defense. And then Buffalo, too. He threw for 154. So I think a nice bounce back game here for Zach Wilson. Obviously, he's trying to hold on to that starting spot in New York. So 95.5 pass yards is going to be the first play here for Zach Wilson. I think there's actually pretty significant juice here on the over of his full game pass yards prop, which is I think at 200 on most sports books. So getting a little bit of discount here at 95.5 for the first half. This is gonna be the first play. I like over on this one. For one that we normally do is gonna be a field goals made here. I'm gonna take Riley Patterson, the kicker for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm taking his over 1.5 field goals made here. Now this is a play that he's cashed in his last 4 games. 2, 2, 3, and 2 field goals made in each of the last 4 games here. And on the season, I think he's had over 2 field goals made in 8 games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different times this season. He has, in fact, had at least 2 field goals made overall on this season. We're looking at a total of 27 field goal attempts, made it 23 of those, 23 for 27. But I like this play for a few reasons. One, we know that the Jets' pass defense is extremely elite. If we're talking about just like completions, right, the Jets down here, bottom half of the, or I guess essentially, the bottom half, as far as completions go to quarterbacks, yards per attempt, we know that they're at the bottom, 6.01. So I just think there's going to be a lot of times in this game where the Jaguars are going to be on third down, maybe like a 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, and the Jets are going to be able to get that stop for the field goal unit to come in here and kick. So I like Riley Patterson here. Don't want to look too deep into this, but again, in general, this game doesn't have a ton of value props on the board. To me, a lot of the receiving props for the Jags kind of scare me a little bit. Just because of that Jets pass defense being so good. I know the Jaguars passing offense and their offense as a whole has been really has really turned it around as of late, but just like these receptions at 4, Ingram, Zay Jones, all these guys at 4 kind of scare me a little bit. I mean, I'm expecting Sauce Gardner to be on Christian Kirk, DJ Reed probably to be on Zay Jones, so that may open things up for Evan Ingram. But I just think Riley Patterson kicking 2 field goals in this game seems like a safe play. So Zach Wilson over 95.5 pass yards in the first half, and then Riley Patterson over 1.5 field goals made. Again, let me know in the comments below you guys feel about these two props here. Drop a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and as always, let's cash.